Hi, folks. Today we're going to talk about 5 ways to use the Bible. And this is important because these 5 ways have long been forgotten. Most people think that when they open the Bibles, there's only one thing that they can do with it because it's one book, because they're one-dimensional in their thinking. And that's not their fault. It's oftentimes how the church has used the Bible itself in many places, unfortunately. But I'm going to teach you 5 ways to use the Bible. This is a traditional way of talking about what the scriptures are given to us for. Number one, of course, is the word teach. Now, we think teaching covers everything. But the way we're using the word teach is specific to this use. And in fact, I'm going to say that there are the 5 ways to use the Bible. Also, they go in this order of teach, reprove, assure, correct, train. We're going to get to all that later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to get all that if you stay with me in further videos. But right now, how do you teach the Bible? All this means really is to pull out what is there. What is the Bible teaching us in a certain passage, in a certain story, in a certain letter that is being written to us, in a certain poem, in a certain psalm or a proverb? What is it saying? And this is first, not because it's unimportant, but because it's primary. This is where you start. You've got to at least explain what is it saying, and then you can draw out its many and various applications. But what is the Bible saying right here? And this is why traditionally preachers and teachers of the Bible are taught to use the original languages in which the scriptures were written, Hebrew and Greek. It helps very much to read the Bible at the words that it was written in. Teaching the Bible refers to showing what causes and effects there are in the various stories. And a lot of the Bible is story, of course. So sometimes those causes and effects are latent in the text, and we're not paying very close attention, and we miss that there is a cause that leads to an effect. But the more we study the scriptures, the more we realize with a economy of words, they're really showing us this story makes sense because it led from a cause to an effect. And once you begin to see those things, you really start to like the Bible more and more. So learning what the cause and effects are in the stories, learning what the original languages are, and this can also relate to some of the cultural dynamics that are in play. I mean, once you are aware of the language that's being spoken in the Bible, you can also learn about what other forms of life are surrounding the characters in the story, in the narrative. What do they mean when they say this? What do they mean when they did this? To the original audience, you didn't have to ask those questions because it was second nature to them. They were living in that world, but to us, we're not living in that world right now. And so to teach the Bible, you have to talk about some of the cultural facts in play here that are influencing what's happening, what decisions the characters in the Bible are making, and are influencing the choice of words that the authors are using to give us the teaching of Jesus Christ. It's a basic category of teaching, but we're sorely lacking in it. Many people think they can just open up the Bible and decide for themselves, this means this to me. It doesn't matter what it means to you, folks. First, it matters what it actually means, and then it can mean something to you, which I promise you is better than what you thought it meant to yourself. I promise you. And so we have to teach the Bible. We have to teach the scriptures. When you're using the Bible for your children, if you are not equipped with the tools that you feel will make you confident to teach the Bible, and I know I'm not equipped with all those tools. We need resources. We need study Bibles. We need reference Bibles. We need catechisms, books that show us, well, what's the Bible really all about? You've got hundreds of pages, thousands of words, millions of words, but there's got to be something simple and unified about what it's saying, right? You need resources from wise people who have studied the scriptures, who have learned them, internalized them, memorized them, and have understood what these men are saying to us by the Holy Spirit that brings us to Jesus. And I promise you, it's all bringing us to Jesus. But we need to be taught. We need to be taught how. And that's why these things are the building blocks of teaching. That's about all for now. We'll come back later with part 2. How else do you use the Bible? Reproving. Stay with us for next time. Have a blessed day.